Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be doing an update of a deck that a lot of you guys were asking for an update for. So I said, alright, since there's so many people actually posting comments on it, I'll definitely have to do it. And that's my Relinquished deck. Now, I'm going to let you guys know this. This is pretty much a Relinquished Thousand Eyes deck. And it did recently get support in Relinquished Anima back in March. So it has gotten new recent support, quote unquote. I will say in addition to that, certain cards in the main deck did get hit, like Instant Fusion, but that really wasn't too much of a hit, really. But, for the most part, it did take a little bit of a hit on the past ban list. So I was debating, really does it need an update? And enough of you guys were asking questions about it. I said, all right, I'll do it. I'll just wait it off for a couple months and I'll do it. So it being near the, I think this is a perfect time to do it right now with everything going on. I hope you guys do enjoy it. The main deck hasn't changed that much. The extra deck has changed a little bit more so, but we'll get into the deck profile. So first off, we run our 3 Relinquish in the deck, guys. You don't need to, this is kind of your mainstay of the deck. You suck up an opponent's monster, you equip it, and then you get that attack. That's pretty much what Relinquish does. But also in this deck, he's going to help you go for your fusion plays, which is kind of essential. He's going to help you go for Millennium Eyes. And once in a blue moon, you'll go for Thousand Eyes, but not really. You're mainly going to go for Millennium Eyes most of the time. Probably 80% to 85% of the time. Once in a blue moon, I'll go for Thousand Eyes, though. I will say that. But he's mainly there to suck things up. You're usually going to give your opponent a big monster sometimes. That's the way this deck really likes to work. You're going to give your opponent a big monster, probably one of the kaijus that we run, and then you're going to suck it up. So that's usually how this deck works. Next we run double Millennium Eyes Illusionist. So we're going to run 3 of that, triple of that. Very nice for the deck, very useful. I've really liked this card. The fact that I can make it can be a hand trap type of card where I can equip my opponent's monsters to my monsters, preferably my Millennium Eyes, is really awesome. But the fact that you can use it for ritual stuff and bring things back from the graveyard when you use it for ritual stuff is amazing. I love this card. Next we have 3 Manju of 10,000 Hands, or as I like to say it, Manju of 10,000 Hands. Yes. I love saying it epically like that. As a kid, I used to do that. Manju of 10,000 Hands. So yes, we run 3 Manju. Searches out all your things that you need. Pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, 3 Manju. Then we run 1, the Illusionist Facialist Mage. Some people run this as a 2 of. That's fine. I like it as a 1 of in the deck. It's just a nice little tech option. If you can get it in Graveyard, which we do run things like Foolish Burial to be able to send it to grave, it is nice to do that to help set it up a lot more quickly. But yeah, I just like it as a 1 of in the deck. It's very nice to have. Next we have 3 Gamma Seal. Now, people don't like this version. I don't know why. It's always worked out for me. Of running the level 8s. I get you want to run the big kaijus. I understand it completely. Hey, it's got more attack. I can do more things. I get it. But I really like the fact of running the strict level 8s because it gives me a little bit of a draw power engine, which is the reason we run Trade-In in the deck. So what does Trade-In do, you may ask for this deck? What does it help me out with? Because sometimes the kaijus will get dead in your hand, because I've had opponents, what they'll do is they won't summon a monster, because this deck is strictly reactive. It is not proactive. If your opponent doesn't summon a monster, that's why this deck sucks again. It's like I've played against Lair of Darkness and we're kind of just sitting there for a turn or 2 just looking at each other, looking at who's going to bite first. He's like, you're not going to summon a monster. I'm like, I'm not going to summon a monster. And I've had that against certain decks. Because in those cases, you can just trade in, draw 2 cards if your hands get bricky with too many kaijus. So that's why I like running this ratio of 6 kaijus. Gamma Seal's your lowest, this is your biggest, and this can help get over this, just in case. And it's just nice to have. Or I can give this to my opponent, and then I have this bigger one over here. So This ratio works well, and it works well with the little mini trade-in engine that we run in the deck. Trade-in's not essential in the deck. I'm going to let you know that. We only run it as a 2 of, because it's not, you know, you're mainly going to want to summon your kaijus, but it does happen a lot where you're going to want to pitch it because you maybe draw too many kaijus, or it's just not working out, or the opponent's not doing anything, and you just need to get to more combo pieces for your deck to perform a ritual summon, or something of that nature. So trade-in works well in the deck for that reason. But that's why I like running the level 8s. If you just want to run big kaijus, I mean, go ahead, do that. But me, I run these level 8s for a specific reason. And it's always worked out, believe me. Trade-in saved my butt many times. Next we run 3 Kaiju Slumber, your Searcher and your Dark Hole. This card works well, especially if you already have the ritual pieces. You have to keep in mind, guys, this is a going second deck. It's a reactive going second deck. If you go first, you're not going to have a great field. You're pretty much going to say pass to your opponent. Unless you have a Manju, and then your normal summon Manju, go into something, and then pass. Like, that's anything better, pretty much. But, yeah. This deck wants to go second, so that's why you run 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Destroy the field, special summon out Kaijus, go for a ritual, suck something up, and there you go. Next we run 3 Relinquished Fusion in the deck. Hopefully this card gets... I think it's not this one, the Thousand Eyes, actually, is the expensive one right now. But this will probably get reprinted. I think it's supposed to sometime in a couple months. But yeah, 3 Relinquished Fusion. This helps you go for your Millennium Eyes Restrict. So 3 Black Illusion Ritual. I have my supers. I love them. But yep, 3 Black Illusion Ritual. This helps you go for your Relinquished Fusion play. So yep, play that flute. Next we run 3 Prep of Right, because this is old school ritual. So you can search out your Relinquish and your Black Illusion Ritual. So if you draw this and it doesn't get negated, and you also draw a Kaiju Slumber, like, dude, that's amazing, because you just go Kaiju Slumber, destroy the field, ritual, go off, suck up a monster, there you go. Or what you can do is say, I've had this happen a couple times, you bait your opponent out with the Kaiju Slumber, they use their 1 negation, perhaps, maybe a Solemn Judgment or something. Then you go in your Relinquish and suck up their monsters. Bait them out. I love it. So, yeah. 3 pre-prep. Run it. Like, run it. You're going to go through so many rituals, you're going to want to reoccur stuff. Some people like this as a 2 of, and that's fine. Me, I like it as a 3 of, and it's worked out fine. So, 3 of. I want consistency in my deck. 3 Super Poly. Run 3 Super Poly. Again, run 3 Super Poly. Because if you have a Relinquish on the field and they effect failure it, they negate it, maybe. You can just go Fusion with this and an effect monster they have, and they go into Millennium Eyes. So it's another way of going Millennium Eyes or Starving Venom or whatever. So, nice card. Double trade-in, like I said, we don't run triple because, like I said, you mainly want to bring out your Kaijus, but it does help out in the deck. So, 2 trade-in. The 1 of Instant Fusion, it's still nice in the deck. You still run it. It's still good. Your 1 Foolish Burial, like I said, this is going to be mainly to send 2 cards. You're going to sometimes want to send on... It depends on the setup you're trying to create with the deck, but you're going to either send the Faceless Mage, or sometimes you will send, to set it up so you can add it back to your hand, the Millennium Eyes Illusionist. So one of these 2 you'll usually send. So yeah, 1 Foolish. And then 1 Monster Reborn, because it does, you do want to run it. It does pay off. It's nice to have in the deck, and I've really liked it. So 1 Monster Reborn is just nice to have. So that's the main deck. Let's get on to the extra deck now. So, yep. We run our Dark Magician Field Center because we're going to suck her up. Haha. 3 Millennium Eyes Restrict. Run it. Some people like 2. That's fine. 2 Thousand Eyes Restrict. You sometimes go for 2. You can just run 1 if you want to. That's fine. 1 Starring Venom. You could run 2 if you want. 1 Bagasucha. This is in case you have double Manju on the field. It does happen in case you have Bagasucha, or you can run any other level 4 you want to. For your links, which we run a lot of, 2 Relinquished Anima. Kind of works in this deck. 2 Link Karibo. It's nice to run in the deck. And also we run things like Cerberus, Phoenix. I'm going to put those down here because I don't think you guys can see that. So Cerberus and Phoenix, as well as Unicorn. And lastly, we run Blackluster Soldier. You can run something else if you want to, but I have gone for him because of the way this deck works. It has you'll have a lot of situations where you have 3 different monsters on the field with different names, so it's easy to go for this. I don't want to run things like Bull Sword Dragon because I'm going to be honest, I have never gone for him. If you do go for him, it does happen once in a blue moon. I have through testing, but in practice and in playing this deck for a couple of months and years now, you rarely go for it. Mainly you're going to just have 3 monsters max, and so that's why we're running these bad boys. So yeah, that's just from experience. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the deck profile, guys. It's a fun deck to play. Like, you have no idea. It's reactive. That's one of the downsides, so you have to let your opponent do stuff. It is a really strongly going second deck, and no matter which way you spin it, it's a pretty much strictly going second deck, no matter which way you build it. But I hope you guys all enjoy this deck profile and this update. I really love it. Like I said, I know there wasn't that many changes, but there were new additions to the deck, and I hope you all enjoyed those additions and liked the deck profile. If you did, please leave a thumbs up down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.